Which API pagination method should you use? Imagine you're trying to load a huge list of products from an online store or fetch thousands of social media posts. How do you get all that data without crashing your app or slowing everything down? That's where choosing the right way to paginate your API responses comes into play. First, let's look at offset-based pagination. This method uses two parameters, one called offset, which tells the API where to start, and another called limit, which says how many records to fetch. It's simple and easy to understand. If you want to jump to page 3, just set offset to the number of items before that page. This works well for small to medium datasets, like admin panels or small apps. But if you have a huge dataset, offset can slow things down because the database has to skip over many records. Also, if data changes during pagination, results might be inconsistent or duplicate. Next, there's page-based pagination. Instead of offset, you use a page number and a limit. For example, page 1 with 10 items, page 2 with 10 items, and so on. It's very user-friendly and makes sense for users navigating through pages. However, it shares similar issues with offset pagination, especially when data updates often. If new items are added or removed, pages might shift, causing confusion. Then we have cursor-based pagination. This method uses a cursor, which is like a bookmark pointing to a specific record. When you fetch data, the API gives you a cursor for the next set. This approach is faster and more reliable for large or changing datasets. It avoids duplicates and missing data because it always fetches relative to the last record retrieved. It's perfect for infinite scrolling or live feeds. The downside is it's a bit more complex to implement and navigate, as you usually can only go forward or backward, not jump to a specific page. Another option is keyset pagination. It's similar to cursor-based but uses specific values like timestamps or IDs from the last record to get the next batch. This method works well with indexed columns, making it very efficient for large datasets. It keeps the order consistent and performs well even with lots of data. But it requires careful planning in your API design, especially if you want to support multiple sorting options. Finally, time-based pagination uses parameters like start time and end time to fetch data within a certain period. It's ideal for datasets where time matters, such as event logs or audit trails. This method is straightforward if your data is naturally ordered by time, but it's not suitable for datasets without a clear temporal aspect. When deciding which method to use, think about your dataset size and how often it updates. For small datasets or simple apps, offset or page-based pagination is enough. For large or dynamic data, cursor or keyset pagination offers better performance and consistency. If your data is time-sensitive, time-based pagination makes sense. Always include helpful metadata in your responses, like next cursor or total count, to help your clients navigate smoothly. Proper indexing on your database can make all these methods faster and more efficient. In the end, choosing the right pagination method depends on your specific needs. If you want simplicity and small datasets, offset or page-based are fine. For bigger, constantly changing data, cursor or keyset are better options. And if your data is organized by time, go with time-based pagination. Think about what your users need and how your backend can support that efficiently.